Think you need a guitar in your hands to get better at rhythm? Well, think again. Some of the best ways to develop rock solid time don't even require you to have an instrument in your hands, which means you can get better at rhythm anywhere, anytime. The following is an excerpt from a live stream I did with rhythm specialist Brian Fish, and in it you learn powerful techniques for developing your sense of time and rhythm away from the guitar. So whether you're on a walk, you're exercising, you're driving, you're washing the dishes, whatever it might be, these simple exercises will really help improve your internal clock, your sense of time. They'll tighten up your groove and make you a much better musician. Before we get into the video, if you could like this video right now, I'd really appreciate it. It'll push it out there into the world of YouTube for others to find. And if you like the content I release each week and you haven't already, I'd love it if you could subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get to it. What's another approach we can take when wanting to improve our rhythm?
Well, we said make it part of your practice routine, but you don't even need to do that because the rhythm is something you can practice anywhere. If you're taking like public transportation on the way to work, sit there and work on your rhythm while you're sitting on the bus or on the train. Don't recommend doing this if you're driving. So, but once you get to the office, if you can get away with it, practice your rhythm a little bit while you're in front of your computer. You can practice rhythm anywhere. Probably have to be a little bit subtle if you're doing it in an office because you don't want to be clapping really loud, distracting everybody else. But you can absolutely be counting and clapping and do something as simple as this. I'm just barely touching my finger to my thumb, but I'm feeling a pulse in doing that. And I'm not disrupting everyone else around me. So there's all kinds of little things that you can do throughout your day where you're thinking rhythm. Even when you're listening to music, listen on a deeper level. Try to pick one instrument and what rhythm are they playing? Can I pick out what the guitar's doing? Can I pick out what the kick drum's playing? Can I pick out what the bass is doing? Like we just talked about, is the singer starting on the and of two or are they starting on the downbeat? All these fun little games you can play with rhythm. And the more you start thinking that way, just rhythm becomes a part of your natural thought process.
Yeah, I always recommend working with rhythm as much as you can away from the guitar simply because you can. As you say, you can be working on it and someone could be kind of looking at you and not realize you're doing that because, yeah, as you said, you could just be just the fingers or
just a little tiny.
Yeah,
there's still a pulse there. It don't have to be
it.
the big flap where the whole office knows.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could just have your hand on your lap or whatever and just a finger just lightly touching and, it can be done very subtly. So you don't have to worry about looking odd in public, clapping away to a metronome as such. But yeah, that's a really good point too. Listening to music, which we can do pretty much anywhere, anytime, and listening for the rhythms. And maybe also, I think the individual rhythms are great. And also just collectively, what kind of rhythm could you clap along to the song? Because I find people when they're learning to strum have trouble because they're trying to hear a very sort of specific rhythm, perhaps the guitar strumming, but it's sometimes hard to hear and it's not really that necessary. I always sort of say focus on the drums more. What's the drums sort of dictating for your hand to do? Because that's really what's going to help guide your strumming, not trying to hear what the guitar is doing. That's kind of, you got to go that layer deeper to where it's kind of the foundation of it. So, there's lots of different rhythms you could strum to a song in time and be in the groove, lots of little nuances. So I find, if you can just hear a song and tap out some rhythms that might not be specific to an instrument, but still fits in the flow of the song, that's a really great thing to do too.
Most things I play, I call in the style of, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The song has either like a quarter note, eighth note bass to it. And honestly, anything with a combination of those notes, you can make sound good in most situations.
Yes.
Or is it a 16th note bass of the song? There's so much we can play off of that and still have everyone in the room believe that we're playing exactly like the recording.
Yeah.
As a guitar player, we're given so much space and everyone worries about what is the exact strum that this person's playing.
Yeah.
And especially if you're reading like tablature, sometimes the guy's honestly improvising his part as he's playing and playing variations on the 16th note.
Yep.
And I see so many people get hung up on why is measure 2 different than measure 1? Which one do you like better? Or do you want to play option 3, which is something you wrote that you think fits really good?
Yeah.
And it's okay to be, rhythm's a very creative thing. You can do a lot with rhythm to spice up a song and make it so it's fun for you to play. Well, in the beginning, you do want to have one rhythm. How long can I keep this rhythm going?
Yes.
Especially if you haven't done things for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you've done that in the same song, do a slight variation of that rhythm and then another slight variation. And before you know it, the overall feel of the song, you can keep it going for a long time, but you can sit there and have some fun and really play off of what the other instruments, or if it's just a singer, you can start having a musical conversation with just playing with the rhythm.
You make a good point with the strumming there. I think, the majority of strumming, and I know this is not just about strumming here today, but obviously strumming is really more percussive than anything. And 16ths and eighths will cover most strumming situations. So if you can get that sort of motor going to either 4 to a beat or 2 to a beat, you can do anything really, as long as you kind of, it's more about the accenting and the feel than the exact rhythm that you're doing. So, you know, learning strumming patterns is a great starting point, but it can sound a little mechanical if you just play the same strumming pattern exactly every bar. It's, as you say, it's more nuanced than that.
Yeah, and again, and if you're just starting with rhythm, that's a great way to start. Is
Yes,
just
absolutely.
how consistent can I get something?
Mhm.
And once the answer is I can play this really consistently, then you want to move away from that. Not that you're never going to use it again, but you just want to start adding more and more options.
Yes, not just stop at learning that pattern and then thinking that's the way you got to do it all the time.
Yeah, especially if if you're a person who likes learning songs, if you learn the exact strum, don't move on to the new song. Everyone's always looking for the new thing. I'm always looking at what's something else I can do within this song I'm working on. With the students I teach in person, I'm using a lot of the same songs over and over just because there's so many things you can do with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't look at things that way.
If you like this video, then you'll love this free workshop called Dynamic and Compelling Ways for Arranging Music to Accompany a Singer on One Guitar. In it, I teach and train effective ways to create amazing sounding arrangements for a single guitar and vocal. So whether you're someone who would like to be able to create the perfect arrangement of a song, or a singer-songwriter who would like to be able to accompany themselves on guitar, or a guitar player who would simply like to have more ways to express themselves on the instrument, then this workshop is for you. Better yet, I have an actual singer on hand throughout the workshop to demonstrate all the concepts covered so you can hear just how effective they are. Everything is put to the test. No theorizing, just practical ways to create arrangements of songs that sound amazing. Plus, you'll also receive a PDF booklet that complements the class, offering tools and concepts you can use as well as worksheets for your arrangements. So click the link in the description below this video and download your free video workshop, Dynamic and Compelling Ways for Arranging Music to Accompany a Singer on One Guitar. You'll have it in your inbox within minutes. Let me know in the comments below what acoustic guitar topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. I looked through the comments, there's a lot of great suggestions, many of which do become future videos on the channel. So don't be shy, drop us a line. If you like this video, then hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the all important notification bell button so YouTube can tell you when I've released a new video. This is Simon Candy from Acoustic Guitar Lessons Online.net. Thank you so much for hanging here with me. I hope you got a lot from the video. I really do appreciate the time that you invest into watching my videos, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one.